Greetings and welcome. My name is Jake Rayson. I'm a wildlife food forest garden designer, and I haven't live streamed, and it's Monday, so I thought I'd better live stream. I was going to be digging up some Jerusalem artichoke very late in the day, but there's a bed that needs to be cleared. But I'm inside. I'm actually doing some work on the walled garden, my new project. I just wanted to quickly show you the complexities, really. Oh, not complexities. It's the groundwork for setting up any kind of garden design. And what's really interesting here is that it was built in possibly built in the 17th century. So there's a lot of history to it, and I'm very keen to use the existing infrastructure, just in terms of the walls, the old greenhouse, and the paths, and any kind of features that are there. So I'm just trying to I'm doing quite a lot of research about walled gardens, so I've got some books on the way and I'm reading about them, but in the meantime I'm also setting up the plan. The client's going there in a few weeks' time, in about a month's time, and then I'm giving him a list of things to measure, and then that will use the actual measurements. But this is what I'm doing in the meantime. It's actually quite handy putting in a photograph. Oh, there's a satellite photograph. Putting in a photograph of the satellite, and then you can get a good sense of where the buildings are. I'm not sure if you can see that very clearly, but yeah, it's kind of good just to get an outline. It gives you something to measure from. So this is the stuff that I'm kind of measuring from. And then I've also got, it's kind of interesting, I've also got an old map as well, that I took a screenshot of it, just working from that. And it's not to get the detail so much as to get the kind of structure, the idea of the structure, because what I really need to do is research the actual how the garden would have been built and how the garden would have been used and what would have been where and what the different symbols mean. And yeah, so there's that side, and there's also whereabouts the paths will be. So if there is like hardcore, we need to find it, need to work out where it is. So this gives us a starting point to say this would have been a bed. The paths are 2 meters for a small path, 4 meters for a wide for a large path, and then you can start looking to see whereabouts they are. So I'm kind of basically just kind of figuring out rough dimensions, and nothing really matches up together. But it's really, as I'm saying, it's more just to kind of have a structure where you can go in and measure things from, because the last thing you want to be doing is to have 2 foot of topsoil on top of a load of hardcore, and then put in a big tree, and then obviously the roots can only go down so far, and then they won't go down any further if it's really compacted and da. So better to know where the stuff is under the ground, and this is having a map helps you kind of look for things. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just kind of going through the old map, kind of figuring out rough proportions and where things are. And it's cool, and I'll tweak it, because I'm imagining that this is the centre of the old greenhouse here, and that'll be the main thoroughfare. So, and I just want to quickly show you what I'm doing in terms of the paths. So there's I think it's about 2.5 metre, 2.5 metre wide borders. It seems to be, that's roughly what the borders seem to be. And then there's big paths which are 4 metres wide, and then smaller paths which are 2.5 metres wide. And it's in a rectangular shape. The border's slightly larger on the south-facing side, on the northern wall. And I'm coming down here, and this is what I'm doing. I am saying, right, let's. You can use the divide tool, which is DI, and then select, and then you just chop the bits off, and this makes the path. What you can also do, if it's a straight line, as this one is. Rather than have to use the divide tool, let me get you the divide tool. Where is the divide tool? I just use the shortcut, so I don't really know where stuff is. There it is, yeah. So split entities, divide. Let's zoom in there for you. Can I zoom in? Oh, someone's turned off my zooming inness. Oh no, there it is. So hopefully you can see, you can see the divide tool here. But if you've got lines which are overlapping the straight lines, the easiest thing to do, this is a little handy CAD tip, is to grab hold of the end and then it will automatically snap to the end of the other line, so you don't have to cut it and delete it. You can. Oh, I didn't actually do that very well. Makes me laugh. There we go, intersection. And it's always good if you are doing CAD stuff. Just, I mean, yeah. I was speaking with somebody from the National Forest Gardening Scheme this morning about being a about being a control freak, and it is in relation to taking photographs and getting the right photographs of plant combinations, but also being a forest gardener. It's a really, really strange mix. And CAD is like, I don't want to be funny, but if you're going to do it, you might as well do a decent job. And that means having precision for your drawings, even though it can be really, really vague. It's a very odd mix to be, very strange world to inhabit. And the reason for it is, I'd show you why it's important. Okay, so I can go up here. The reason why it's important to get the points all smack bang on top of each other is because you can then create shapes from them. So if I create a polyline, and a polyline is a complete shape, so it joins up all other lines together, and that means that you can then get very useful information about, for example, the area. So this area is 1,534 square meters. You can see, possibly my face is in the way, 1,534 square meters. Whereas if you didn't get the lines in the right place, it wouldn't close the polyline properly, and you could end up with all sorts of problems. So you're always best to be a little bit neat and tidy with your CAD, in case you need to calculate areas. And to be honest, that is one of the best things about CAD, is being able to work out lengths and work out areas, and then you can calculate numbers of plants. Really, that's kind of simple. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll be doing that, and then I'm going to add some. I'll divide up a little bit and shift the path over a little bit, and then add another path here, and then be interesting. Have a look at the different shapes and what the different shapes could mean and stuff, and get stuck into some books. And yeah, there we go. So that's me. I'm sorry, I'm wearing my hat because it's freezing in here, and I meant to go out. I might do a little live stream outside, digging up artichokes in a little bit. But there we go. That'll do for now. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe if you like what if you like what I'm doing. And this is going to be the most amazing garden. It really, really will be. It'll be absolutely stunning. But there's quite a lot of detail. This kind of stuff, there's quite a lot of detail to get cracking with. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Cheers, bye.